Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you ready for today's class?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, great. Okay, just like a very quick reminder. So please keep your mics muted unless you are speaking. And also feel free to use the chat box here to share your answers. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, and students, please keep your camera on so that we can stay connected, yeah? Alright, thank
Noted,
you, students.
teacher.
Okay, so let's start with like a very quick warm up. So I want you to think of a story or a novel that you have read before. So basically, I want to activate your thinking. So can you name me a novel or a short story with a character that you really admire? So you can type your answers in the chat box, yeah? And then I will call out names randomly. So Haziq, maybe you can share yours? Any interesting thought?
Yeah, sure. For me, I adore Jim and Della in a short story titled The Gift of the Magi.
Oh, wow, that is such an interesting story. So, Haziq, what do you actually like about that story? What makes them stand out to you?
So, in the story, Jim and Della give up what they love most to make each other happy. And even though their gift don't work out, it shows that real love means being loyal and be willing to sacrifice for someone that you care about.
Wow, that's a very detailed explanation and thought. So, I like how you actually pointed out the value of sacrificing for the sake of love and happiness, right? And I think that is such an important trait that people often overlook in a relationship. So, thank you, Haziq, for those thoughtful answers, and also thank you, everyone. So today we are going to look at a short story that also has some like very unique characters. So the story is called Living and it is written by M.G. Vassanji. So actually it is a very powerful story about family changes, identity struggles, and also like emotional decisions. So to help you like understand the story better, so I'm going to show you like a very short video on YouTube that introduces the plot. So as you watch the video, so I want you to think of the characters, like who are they and what kind of people in the story. Is that clear? Alright, thank you
Yes.
everyone. Okay, so I'm going to play the video now. So make sure that your volume is up and your attention is on the screen. And you can also like jot down any notes while watching. Is that clear everyone?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, thank you everyone. Okay, so that was a good introduction, wasn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Amazing. So, everyone, so what do you think of the character, specifically Alu? So maybe Arvil, can you share your thoughts?
Yes, teacher. I think Alu is a very smart and hardworking person because he wants to continue his studies overseas.
Yes, absolutely. So Alu is smart and a hardworking person, according to what Arvil say. It's very nice. You mentioned that he is smart and hardworking. So that are important traits, right? That everyone should have, especially like students like you, isn't it? Is it yes or no?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So how about Alu's mother? So what do you feel about her? Maybe Danish, can you share your thoughts?
Alu's mother. I think Alu's mother is very strong because she is a single mother raising 5 children.
Wow. I like how you like pointed out her strengths. That shows like a very great observation. Irene, do you agree with Danish? Is it yes?
Yes, I agree with Danish. Raising child alone is very difficult because we need to handle them and raise money as well. And she's a strong woman, like Danish said.
Good job, Irene. Good job, Danish and everyone. So thank you, and thank you for the thoughtful answers. Now that we have seen like a bit of the story, so we are going to dive deeper into the characters, especially Alu and his mother. So in the next part of the lessons, we will explore their traits, what they do, how they feel, and what we can learn from them.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Priscilla. Can you hear me
Morning.
clearly?
Yes, teacher. Good
Yes,
morning.
teacher.
Yes,
Thank you so
teacher.
much. Thank you. Great. So, please be attentive while I display the slides about Alu. If you have any questions, you can ask them at the end of the lesson. Is that okay?
Okay,
Yes.
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Noted.
So, let's learn about some of the characters found in the story today. Before that, students, can you name me the character found in the short story? You can type it in the chat box. The character is... Yes, you are correct. Alu is a young boy in the story Living by MS Vassanji. He's very smart and wants to become a doctor. Now, listen carefully as I'm going to share the slides. Okay, let's dive into the synopsis, okay? The story describes ambitious Alu who lived in a less populated area called Upanga. He wanted to go overseas, especially America, to study medicine. Alu was smart and perhaps the smartest among his siblings. He even gets accepted into a university there. But there's a problem. His mother is not comfortable letting him go so far away. She's afraid of losing him and doesn't trust the idea of him being alone in a new country. In the end, she says no. And Alu is heartbroken. The story ends with Alu staying at home and his dream fading away. So basically, this is the synopsis of the story Living. Now let's go into the characters. So the main character is Alu. So first characteristic of Alu, or we can name it as traits, Alu is a very smart boy. He achieves excellent results in his school exams. Next, Alu is also an ambitious person. He aspires to study medicine rather than agriculture. And the third characteristic or trait of Alu is very respectful and obedient toward his mother. Even though he has dreams of studying medicine overseas, he listens to her and accepts her final decision without arguing further. So these are the main three characteristics of Alu. Let's go to Alu's mother's characteristic. Okay, number one, she's a very strong and capable woman. She raises her children alone after her husband's death. Next, she has high hopes for her remaining son. She deeply cares about Alu and her family. Thirdly, Alu's mother is a little bit fearful because she always tends to worry about the implications of Alu studying in abroad. Next, Alu's mother is kind of controlling because we can see that she initially refuses Alu's opportunity without considering his perspective. Although he wanted to study medicine, but she wanted him to study agriculture here. Fifth, she is protective. She hesitates to let Alu go abroad due to concerns for his safety. Lastly, she is soft-hearted beneath the stern exterior. Although Alu's mother seems strict and controlling, her actions are motivated by love, fear, and care. So these are the part that we are looking into living story. Well, now that we have looked at the slides and learned about Alu and his mother, isn't that a great story? It makes us think about dreams, family, and making hard choices. What do you think? Did you like the story?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Interesting.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. Now, who can tell me why Alu wants to go to America? So he wants to go to America because
He wants to go to America because he wants to study medicine.
good. Thank you so much. Then, and what does Alu hope to find in America? He hopes to.
He hopes to find a better education and a good future.
Right, Arvel. Alu believes America will give him more opportunities. Now, how would you describe Alu? Is he shy, hardworking, or something else? Describe this character in one word in the chat box. He is. Great. So maybe, Winsome, can you share your thoughts?
He is hardworking and smart, but also quiet.
Okay. Irene, do you agree with Winsome? She said that Alu is hardworking, smart, and quiet.
Yes, I agree. Alu is hardworking because he wants to continue his studies overseas.
Yes, that's accurate. Now, let's talk about Alu's mother. Who can describe what kind of mother she is?
Me. Alu's mother, she's loving and wants to protect Alu, so she's afraid of letting him go.
Good answers. She is protective because she cares about him. Thank you all for your great answers and for sharing your ideas today. Now that you've listened well and spoken about these two characters, we will move to the next part where you are going to start the group activities. Are you ready?
Ready?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Yes.
Let's
Already.
go.
Okay, good morning everyone. I'm Izzat. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Good
Yes,
morning.
teacher.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
All right, everyone. Now we are going to start our group activity. I will assign different characters for different group using the spinning wheel, and you guys need to discuss with your group members about the characteristics of those characters and how you feel about them. Then you can write what you have discussed in the infographic template that I will share later, and I'll divide you into breakout rooms so that you can have a small room to discuss with your group members. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me share my screen. Can you guys see now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Very clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, group one, your character is Alu, and group two, your character is Alu's mother. Okay. Now you work to complete this infographic template on Canva. You will have 3 minutes to discuss the character traits, what did they do in the story, and what do you think about them. I will paste the link to the digital infographic template in the chat box. Can you guys access the link?
Yes.
Okay. I will start the breakout room now. Okay. Hello, group one.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. Okay, group one. What have you discovered about Alu?
We think that Alu is smart and hardworking, but We find that he is also respectful because he obeys his mother.
Oh, that's a thoughtful interpretation. Can you give an example from the story? Maybe we can have Winsome to answer.
I remember he didn't say anything when the mother said no. He just left the room quietly.
Oh, Alu didn't say anything when the mother said no. Excellent. That shows his inner conflict. Great work. Do you admire a hardworking person like Alu?
Yes.
Why?
Um, it's because a hardworking person always does what is best for the future.
Very nice view. Okay, that's it. I will join the other group now. Hello, group two.
Hello.
Okay, hi, group two. What can you tell me about Alu's mother? Maybe we can have Aiman to answer.
Alu's mother. I think Alu's mother is overprotective and also loving, but she is also traditional. And she also doesn't support Alu's dream.
Oh, very nice. Why do you think she rejected the idea of going to the university abroad?
Maybe she was afraid of losing Alu and she didn't understand the opportunity.
Oh, that's a very good insight. The fear and misunderstanding tell us a lot about her character. Try to add the emotional angle into your infographic. You're doing great. Okay, everyone, time's up. Please return to the main call and be ready to present your characters shortly. Okay, time's up. Please return to the main call and be ready to present your character shortly.
Okay, thanks, Teacher Izzat. Welcome back, students. Welcome back, everyone. You've all just explored your characters, and now it's time to hear what each of your group just discovered. So, let's start with Group 1. Winsome, I can see your mic is on. How about you go ahead first? Who was your character and what trait did you focus on?
So we were assigned to discuss about Alu. One thing about him is that he's really diligent and he really wants to study medicine overseas. So he writes to universities to find out how to apply. I like how hardworking he is because it inspires me to always do my best in everything I try.
Diligent. That's a brilliant choice. Thank you, Winsome. Thank you, Group 1. That was well presented. And let me ask the rest of the class. Do you agree with Group 1? What they said about Alu being diligent? Why or why not? Maybe Danish, you can share your thoughts.
Yes, I agree because he really wants to go abroad to have a brighter future, and that is the reason he has so many efforts.
Yes, thank you. That's a great interpretation. And Group 1, can't you add another loose trait in one word? Maybe Winston can help?
One trait in one word. Obedient.
Yes, obedient. Interesting choice. Can't you tell us what part of the story shows that?
He obeyed his mother and didn't go abroad.
And you can tell your friend how Alu obeyed his mother. Anyone from Group 1? Maybe Aiman?
He obediently accepted his mother's plan for him to study agriculture without arguing.
Okay, great example. Do you think Alu did that out of respect for the fear?
Maybe both. He respect her mother, but his mother, but also didn't want to argue with her.
Hmm. You could say Alu is obedient but also conflicted, caught between duty and desire. Okay, let's move on to group 2, who will talk about Alu's mother. Teacher Hakimi, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sir Yon. Let's keep it going. Group 2, you're up. Ikro, are you ready to share?
Yes, sir. We have discussed about Alu's mother. We said she's strong-willed.
Strong-willed. Great word. Where do you say that?
She didn't change her decision even when Alu wanted to leave to continue studying abroad.
Interesting. Was that selfish or a way of protecting him?
Maybe both. She thought it was best, but didn't ask Alu first.
So, what can we learn from it?
I think I like that Alu's mother. She is a strong person because it shows that she really care about her children and wants to protect them, even if her decisions are hard.
Excellent point. Actually, her strong will come from fear, not just control, for the sake of protecting her children. Quick question. Has anyone here experienced something similar when your parent decided something from you?
Yes, my parents picked my school too.
Thank you for sharing, Ikrok. That's why stories like Living feel real because they reflect us. Now that both groups have shared their character analysis, let's hear from the rest of the class. This is your chance to ask questions, agree, disagree, or even add something new based on what you heard. Now, please raise your hand or type your question in the chat. I will call on you one by one. Okay. Would anyone like to ask group 2 question about Alu? Or maybe someone has a comment about Alu's character or his dream to study abroad.
I would like to ask group two, group one. Uh, do you think Alu is a smart person?
That's a good question, Arvil. Group 1, is Alu smart?
He is very intelligent and hardworking because he wants to study medicine at a foreign university.
Does everyone agree with that answer?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I would also like to add a trait. Alu is also a high-spirited and courageous person.
Can you support your answer with something that happened in the story? Maybe share it with your friends.
He's willing to take on part-time work while studying overseas so as not to burden his family.
Yes, and since Alu's family is not well enough and does not want to burden his mother, who is a single parent.
Does everyone agree with that answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, does anyone have a question for group 2 about Alu's mothers?
I have a question, teacher. In the story, Alu's mother was afraid to let Alu continue his study overseas.
Great question, Nazib. Group 2, what do you think about that?
It is because she is worried about his safety, since all she will not be around him.
Alu's mother is a single parent who has been with Alu all the time. I think that I think that is the reason why she is so protective and care towards her children.
That's a strong point. From this view, we can say that Alu's mother is protective and caring. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you, everyone. This discussion shows you are thinking deeply, not just about the character, but why they act the way they do. Keep this idea in mind as we move to our next task. Now, open the quizzes link in the chat. Let's test how much you remember. Thank you all.
All right, great job, everyone. So, my name is Teacher Fatih. So, before we end, let's do a quick review. I'm going to launch a quizzes activity to recap some of the key vocabulary and character traits we have learned today. So, please make sure to participate and try your best, okay? All right, let me send the link to you guys in the chat box. All right, you guys can start answering it now. Hmm. So can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So well done to those who answered quickly and correctly. So let's go over some of these words again. So let me call one or two of you to answer some questions. So Aiman, what does protective mean when we describe Alu's mother?
Protective means someone who cares and wants to keep others safe.
You're on the right track. That's a good start. Or maybe you can add an example next time to make it clearer. Alu's mother is very protective because she.
Alu's mother is very protective because she is worried about Alu's safety when studying abroad.
Good job, Aiman. All right, next, let's ask Daniel. Daniel, can you please give me a sentence using the word opportunity?
Opportunity. I had an opportunity to join the school debate.
All right, excellent sentence. Good job. That's a real life example. Well done. Now, let's take a few minutes to reflect on what we have learned today. I will ask a few questions and I would love to hear your opinion, sorry. So, the questions are, what have you learned about Alu's personality and which character do you find most relatable and why? Can anyone tell me their opinion?
In my opinion, Alu is smart and determined. He wants to improve his life.
That's a thoughtful answer. Yes, he is very determined and goal-driven. Good thinking. So, can anyone else relate to determination?
Mm, I want to try. So I think I can relate to Alu because I also want to study overseas in the future.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. That's very inspiring. I hope your dreams comes true. Keep working hard, Aiman. All right, so thank you all for your participation today. You all gave great answers and really thought about the story. I'm proud of your effort. We'll continue again next time by looking at more short stories and how characters deal with challenges. Until then, stay curious and keep reading. Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
teacher.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Bye.